Desperate for a solution, Chidi decided to seek help from the village elder, a wise and respected figure known for his knowledge of ancient lore and spiritual matters. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Chidi approached the elder's modest home. The elder was a man of great wisdom, with a deep, resonant voice and eyes that seemed to hold centuries of knowledge. He listened carefully as Chidi recounted the strange occurrences in his home, his voice trembling with fear and desperation. The elder's expression grew grave as Chidi spoke. After a long silence, he said, "What you describe is a curse, an ancient and terrible one. Dark spirits can twist a soul, turning a person into a monster. Your mother is no longer herself. The curse has taken hold." Chidi's heart sank at the elder's words. "Is there anything that can be done?" "There is a way," the elder replied, his voice somber. "But it is fraught with peril. You must confront the spirits, force them to reveal themselves, and then break the curse. Be warned, though, the path is dangerous. You may lose more than you hope to save." Chidi nodded, his resolve hardening. He was determined to save his family, no matter the cost. The elder gave him a small pouch filled with sacred herbs and a charm etched with ancient symbols. "This will offer you protection," the elder explained, "but it is not enough on its own. You must be strong, stronger than ever, and willing to face the truth, no matter how terrifying it may be." That night, Chidi clutched the charm tightly and waited for the household to fall silent. As the moon reached its zenith, he approached his mother's room. Enkim stood by the window as she had before, her back to him. The room was shrouded in shadows, and the familiar comfort of her presence was replaced by an unsettling dread. "Mother," Chidi whispered, his voice trembling, "I know what you are. I know what you've become." Slowly, Enkim turned to face him. Her face was hidden in darkness, but Chidi could sense the malevolent presence behind it. "Do you, Chidi?" she asked, her voice a chilling whisper. "Do you know what I have become? Or do you only see your fears?" Chidi took a deep breath and stepped forward, holding the charm out in front of him. "I see the truth. You're not my mother anymore. You're something that feeds on us, on our lives." Enkim's form began to shift and contort, her body twisting into something monstrous. Her skin rippled, and the beast within emerged fully, its eyes glowing with a predatory hunger. "You think you can save them?" she hissed. "You think you can save yourself? The darkness within me is stronger than you can imagine. It will consume you just as it has consumed me." Despite his fear, Chidi stood firm, the charm glowing faintly in his hand. "I will save them. I will save you if I can, but I won't let you take us." The beast let out a roar of anger, its form flickering between worlds. The charm's light grew stronger, pushing back the darkness. Chidi's voice rang out with determination. "Leave her, leave my mother, and return to the shadows where you belong." With a blinding flash of light, the charm's glow overwhelmed the beast. It let out a final piercing scream before vanishing into the void. Enkim collapsed to the floor, her body frail and weak. Tears filled her eyes as she reached out toward Chidi, whispering, "Chidi, my son." Chidi knelt beside her, tears streaming down his face. "Mother, I'm so sorry." Enkim's hand trembled as she reached for him. "You saved them, Chidi. You saved us all." With those words, her hand fell away, her eyes closing as she slipped into a deep, peaceful sleep. The house was eerily silent. The weight of the curse lifted, but leaving behind an indelible mark. Chidi carried his mother to her bed, tucking her in as she had done for him so many times. Although the curse was broken, the shadows of its impact remained. The spirits that had caused it still lurked in the forest, a reminder of the dangers that could arise. As dawn approached, Chidi knew he had to warn the villagers. The threat was not entirely gone. The darkness that had turned his mother into a monster still existed, waiting for the chance to strike again. With the first light of morning, he gathered the villagers and recounted the events of the night. His voice was steady, though his heart ached with the weight of his experiences. The villagers listened with growing concern. The elder spoke with a tone of solemnity. What Chidi says is true. The curse that took Nkim is ancient and powerful, but it is not invincible. We must remain vigilant, protect our village, and stand together against the darkness. United in their resolve, the villagers took action. They performed rituals to safeguard their homes, placing charms and sacred herbs around the village to ward off any lingering malevolence. Chidi, Ada, and Iani stayed close to their mother, helping her recover. Though her body began to heal, the scars of the curse remained, a reminder of the darkness that had once taken hold. Nkim's smiles became more genuine over time. The light in her eyes grew stronger, pushing back the shadows that had threatened to consume her. Though she was not the same as before, she was healing, and that was enough for Chidi. He found solace in the gradual return of her warmth and the rebuilding of their family's life. As the weeks passed, the village returned to a semblance of normalcy. The fear of the curse receded, replaced by a stronger sense of community and vigilance. Chidi grew into a respected leader, guiding his people with the wisdom and courage he had gained through his trials. The village thrived, and the bonds between its people grew stronger, forged in the crucible of shared hardship. The curse, while broken, left a profound impact. It served as a reminder of the fragility of their world and the strength of their bonds. The village, now more united than ever, stood as a beacon of hope and strength. The shadows of the past had been vanquished, but the light of their shared experiences continued to guide them, illuminating their path forward. Chidi often found himself reflecting on the ordeal. He had faced the darkest of fears and emerged stronger. His mother's recovery, though slow, was a testament to the power of love and the resilience of the human spirit. The village, too, had grown from the experience, becoming a closer-knit community united by the trials they had endured together. The darkness that once loomed over them had been driven away, but it had left a lasting mark on their hearts. Each day, as the sun rose over the forest and the village, the people remembered the lessons learned and the strength found in their unity. Chidi, Ada, and Ieni had grown into their roles with newfound purpose, carrying forward the legacy of love and vigilance that had saved them from the brink of destruction. The village's story became one of legend, a tale of courage and hope that was passed down through generations. It was a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable darkness, the light of human spirit and the bonds of family could overcome the greatest of challenges. The curse of the heart had been vanquished, but the lessons of that dark time continued to shine brightly, guiding the village toward a future filled with hope and resilience. Subscribe my YouTube channel, FPR More Stories.